Hi, just want to check if anyone's out there. Someone there? Okay. Hello, hi. Just also wanted just to ask some people, especially if they're in the UK, or just actually doesn't matter where you are, curious about changes you're seeing on social media. And here, just I would just want to get anyone's, see what you're getting, especially in the UK. All of a sudden, well, it's election. The year before election, it kind of happens, but you get this one and the AI have been constantly refreshing feed, whatever. No, we don't content preferences or refresh your content because this the stuff you get fed, and then it seems to behave for a short while, and then it goes back to pushing you politics and drama and whatever. And the funny thing I've noticed as well, which something got my attention yesterday, was they're getting like content creators, like just normal people are starting to speak about, politics, like stuff. Do you need to know this and need to know that? And I thought, okay, but it's not a coincidence. And then what I did notice that they coming from a sort of a set area in the UK. So a lot of the stuff, a lot of this content, like people, young people, influencers, or whatever. And I thought, okay, are they from a tech company? Do they have a contract? Or they, just trying to, there's a lot of people trying to spread, their political view. And what I noticed, they're coming from the Ribble Valley area, which is northern Cithroll in the UK. So a lot of these people, when I looked at that, that's what the coincidence I noticed. That's strange. It says Ribble Valley. And I thought, where's this Ribble Valley? That these people are, this content's coming from. That's what I thought. I wonder if it isn't a tech company or someone. But everyone's trying to influence everybody else's point of view politically, and especially now, just not interested. So I don't know if you've noticed, but it was picked up here that a lot of content was coming out of Ribble Valley. Young people, you need to know this, and everyone's trying to persuade you about that. You're just like over it. I don't know about anybody else, but you're over everyone trying to tell you what to do, how to do something, what you should know. There's nothing to know. It's all completely imagined. If anyone wanted to tell you anything, you tell everyone, forget everything you know, because it's completely imagined. Anything you've ever known, even this belief in this body, So just that where this stage is at the moment, that it's like, oh, so over it. Oh, you need to know. Blah, 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 blah. Constantly people trying to tell you what the world is and should be and looks like and what to do and how to do something, as though you kind of wonder, you think, well, they're not children, you should be eating that, you should do this, you should do that. This is how it's just, wow. Sorry. Wow, it's kind of, oh, whew. Yeah, and you're just like, all of it's completely illusionary anyway. But notice that. And so, you're just like, you got pushed a lot of negative content. And it seems to be, so I don't know who's paying for it or they have to balance. So they'll push you a lot of right stuff. You get a lot of right wing, these pages are completely arbitrary names. I mean, some such, they're not real. So they make the most arbitrary names. So they'll push you like right wing stuff. And then they'll push you left wing stuff. So so it's like whoever pays, whoever needs it, or we're going to balance it out. So a little bit of the right, a little bit of the left, a little bit of conspiracy, a little bit of whatever. And you're just like, oh, all of it, So but you notice they're using young people to try and spread political views or, points of views, whatever. It's just so much, all of that content. As though they want to, it's just because it's important to them, as though they want to keep themselves relevant, or politics has to be relevant. It's completely thumbsucked and imagined, all of this anyway. So it doesn't have to be relevant, doesn't even have to go forward to the future. Any of this political system doesn't need to move forward. Let it just, So anyway, that is interesting. Yeah. So you can refresh your feed and then you start seeing the most bizarre stuff from the most unawakened content you can imagine. Wow. So it's really like, wow. They start feeding you the most unawakened stuff for other countries, stuff from languages you can't even, nothing is even, wow. It's just bizarre what you see on here. So I just want to check, any of you, are you getting this stuff shoved down your throat? I even noticed, how you can also tell because it starts coming on Facebook as well. So they sneak it onto Facebook because then Facebook can be free of it for a while, but the year before elections again, a lot of these conspiracy stuff, a lot of right-wing stuff, a lot of this sort of this whole nonsense is coming out on Facebook again. Also, these pop-up accounts or completely under other names, and you're like, oh, whatever. It's just different points of views, but some are, have that's what I'm saying. When you realize that none of it's true and you're actually source imagining all of this is a whole thing. It's trying to wake you up to stop identifying with the body and this illusionary realm that you kept yourself stuck in this nonsense, all of this. It's trying to get you to drop everything that you know so it can be recreated without all the distortion. And, any of these what you think is normal or real, forget it. It's created by the mind. It's got nothing to do with source or the divine. None of what the humans have created here has anything to do with the divine. This is the most, it's just, anyway. Sorry, peeps. So just asking any of you, have you noticed that? How your feed? Are you also getting pushed a lot of this stuff? What is your content on your For You page? Because I don't know. I think I've refreshed it more than anyone possibly out there. And you realize there's no way the algorithms are generic or are whatever you're watching or what you want to watch. It's what they want you to watch. Forget it. That's it. These platforms. And you can block and hide as many pages as you want and refresh and put your keywords in there. Whatever. You can just say, no keyword. And it just, this is being tested now. And you're like, all right. Yeah. Losing any of it, really, it's not going to be a loss, put it that way. There's nothing worth scrolling for anymore. There's nothing worth seeing. If you can't see the content that you actually enjoy. Really? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all it's the same media. It's owned by one thing, like Oracle. It's TikTok, they'll shove all the same stuff. Facebook that's it, mega. They will push it to no matter what country, and that's what I'm saying, yeah. It's manipulated, exactly. It's manipulated the politics no matter what country you're in, exactly, yeah. Depending on who's ever wanting to see. But it's so obvious. And the thing is, it's not enjoyable. And the bizarre thing is, I'll share with you guys now. I was gifted a little, this is what I'm talking to you now on, a little it's like a mini iPad, a surprise present. It was such a lovely surprise present. Wow, because I broke my iPad doing a live on TikTok. One of these, normal talks, not I wouldn't say, esoteric, not esoteric, but yeah, anyway, non-human talks and more. And on the box, it was such an unexpected gift because I thought, oh, well, if I get one, I get one. If I don't, well, just too bad. Because I know you can't really do live meditations or anything hands-free if you can't pop it up. I don't know what that means. Don't know what level 1 means anyway. So anyway, I got this little gift, right? So now I thought, okay, well, let me see, because I can't do lives on Facebook because whoever's on there, the minute you go live, it's muffled the sound. They're recording it or something. Someone's tapping into it. So the minute I try and do live, my voice is completely distorted. You can't hear it. It's been like that for a while now. You just can't. No one can hear you properly. No matter what I do, that's it. So I thought, okay, well, let me try now. If I'm not using the phone, let me try with this little pad and see if my live is normal without the voice being interrupted or tapped, without, when they're tapping in, someone's listening in, it's distorted the sound anyway. So I downloaded the app on this thing now. Do you think I could log in? Oh, no ways. The minute I tried to log in and proved it, yes, okay, fine. Proved it on my phone, yes, device. And it would just automatically log me out and say, oh, I've timed out. And I try and log in again and timed out. And I just can't get in on this thing. So it just kept, then it said, oh, timed out, expired. So for some reason, to try and log in, even though it verified it's the right password, fine, yes, okay, poof, it just threw me out. I just couldn't seem to log into Facebook on this either. But I don't think we're missing out on much at the moment. We're not missing out on anything on any of these platforms, really. It's sad. It's not worth scrolling because if you can't see content that you like none of your keywords, spiritual, Buddhism, classical music, nature. I mean, I've got about 18 now. All these things, poof, not a one of them comes in your for you feed. And you're like, well, it's amazing. I mean, all my keywords, none of them, nope. And when you log into these things, when you sign up or log into your TikTok thing, you've got categories you can choose from. This is what I'm saying. No one's ever updated them. Sport, entertainment, science, whatever. It's just completely, there's nothing like spirituality, consciousness, or any other kind of, it's the same, very few basic things. Categories. Entertainment, no, I'm not interested. We get enough of that, they feed you anyway. It's amazing. I just well, what is the point? There's no social media anymore. If you look at it now, currently what we are seeing, we don't have social media. TikTok used to be social media. Literally, it really was. I don't know, if you joined when I did in 2020, 2021, it was amazing. It was really social media. It was incredible. It was just people on people. People meeting and chatting with people, and it was amazing. Now, nothing like that. And none of the content. You got content it's like for YouTube, whatever you watched, you saw more of that. So you really got, what you followed. No, not a chance. They are feeding you stuff. And Facebook is nothing on it. It's adverts, propaganda, as I say, depending on whatever. Can't even go live anymore. And I don't know what, there's no point. I don't see actually what, I mean, it doesn't seem to be any point to Facebook. It's not social, that's absolute for sure. So maybe it's what they think they're going to do with it, but they seem to be disconnected to the people. This is what I find fascinating is that they seem to be completely disconnected to the awakening, that they don't really seem to know where the future's going. It's like the future's going this way and they're going like this. And you're like, you really, really can see the absolute splitting. It's like paradigms, absolute, complete different paradigms. It's really amazing. You look at that and you just it's a complete different paradigm. It's so completely. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I was guided on you in 2021, sharing, the awakening, the first big wave that came, guiding the first wave of awakening. It was so different. It was incredible. It really was social. And then slowly they muscled their way in and this kind of hostile, what you call a hostile takeover. Very unpleasant. And now but that's what I'm saying. It's the most bizarre thing because those that are doing this are unawakened. So and it's a complete different paradigm. The idea of what the world is and where they're going is and you're nope. So yeah, you can see the split. It's so different. It's like chalk and cheese. It's like the people that are waking up, the youngsters, the vision of where the earth is going and is completely opposite to what they're trying to do. And you're there's a disconnect. You can see that. Absolutely. The vision they've got here is completely, because if you're not awake, you wouldn't know. You see? So we've got these unawakened that have the old paradigm and the unconscious way of seeing, carrying on down that, it's just amazing. It's bizarre. Sorry, now it's what? Hang on, I'm just trying to, how do you scroll? Oh, there we are. Yeah, TikTok was just, it was so amazing. And it was really what people really wanted. There's no such thing as that. That's an illusion. That's part of the separation. This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what it is. This is everything yet the mind is focused on. If it's coming from the mind and thoughts, it is part of the Maya. It's illusion. It's part of what the mind created, not the soul, not source, got nothing to do with it. Because you are not even the mind or the body. So whatever the thoughts are, this is all imagined, everything, the mind, the brain, that thoughts come up is what the mind, the humans have created and imagined, which has not anything to do with, it was from the unawakened. Yeah, it's all, so I say, this is why they created this. They want to get out of it. You realize you've got to stop identifying with the mind and its thoughts, and then you can perceive it totally different. This is what it's trying. This is why it's waking everyone up to perceive a different perception, and so it can get itself out of this, because the mind has created its own misery and this mess here. This is it. By being identified with the body mind and its stories, it created this. It's clearing up the perception view. Anyway, yeah, very fascinating. So I don't know about you guys, but yes, the media, maybe because they get watched, so they'll sneak this shit in, and then they don't, and then they'll sneak a bit, and then they'll behave themselves for a bit, whatever, who knows. Just like, it doesn't matter. You just like, some of the stuff you see, it's just mind-blowing. It's wow. Yeah, it's completely, it's like the vision you have, it's, as I say, it really is different paradigms. They're seeing it complete different and imagining a whole different paradigm. It's, yeah. There's no truth. There is no truth. That's a fact. It's all a mind. This is what I'm saying. This is all part of the mind. Everything the mind is created, and that's why I say it's fascinating to see. It's like, let it all go. It's all completely not. Yeah, and that's why it's being. When the awakening part it's clear. It clears out. It clears out. It clears out all of it, and the body, and the mind, and all its beliefs, and all its stories, and then you start seeing through the mind. That's what I say. It's all created by it, because the self-awareness has been identified with the body mind and focused on the mind. So whatever the human mind and human stories, and it created its own design, all of this nonsense, this is what it gave life to and made real. That's why they say it's a Maya. This is why the awareness is eventually taking its focus off of those. So it can start, so the Maya, you can stop creating this. It's a realm. It's all consciousness. Anyway, it's fascinating. As I say, if you watch the social media, and what they're doing is like, just like, I have it. It's like, really? Yeah. Least you can use YouTube, because then you can search for stuff and you don't get fed stuff. The ads, you don't have to watch them anyway now. They've stopped. You can skip it now. They let you. And at least then you only seem to see, they don't really, the algorithms there are more natural, because they will every now and then try, like now, see, there's like a recommended, but if you don't watch it, it won't show it to you. But you're not being, you will then still see like what you're following, your subscribers, that kind of content and stuff, you will see it. If you're not following all the other, that it is amazing what you see out there is like, and the things that sometimes you come across or what they're doing, you're just like, it really is, you listen to it, not really much, because it's just, it's the mind, it's just, but it is fascinating to see. It's like completely, that's what I'm saying, not even worth giving it any attention, because it's going to fall away. It's not real, it's not true, it's not, just leave it. It's like you just, very bizarre. Yeah, I don't know what they intend to doing. I suppose that's all they wanted to do. All these years they've just done is collect everyone's data, you see, by their face tagging and friends and family. So basically what they've done is been phishing for years. And now all they wanted was the data. That's all they're doing. They just, now they've got it. It's ours now, so they can sell it. So they just harvested everyone's data. It looks like that's all Facebook was actually out to do. And now they have it. It's like a rubbish platform. I don't know if anyone knows, these junk magazines we used to get in the old days. Really horrible ads and rubbish and gossip and whatever. It was like rubbish magazines, we used to call them. Pretty much that's what they've become now. Facebook is like a rubbish magazine. I think that's because they don't care. They just wanted the data. And if people have been on there a long time, they have gathered all the information about them and their family, who's their family, whatever they did, years. That's what they wanted, was actually the data. It was a data fishing expedition. It was nothing to do with the social media, which it was started as social media. Meet your friends, find your friends, so you could. It's a web. So they don't seem to, as I say, you just wonder what the use of Facebook is now. You look at it and you think, well, there's nothing in it. It's not of interest. There's nothing, unless you want to go for business, and most people aren't really interested. So you still got the few people that you follow maybe, or things that, it's just, I don't see, it's losing its relevance. I don't know, that's what I'm saying. It's totally different paradigms. You're like, they've obviously got something in mind, and you're like, nope. Not the world or future you, or you know what I mean? Not even close. It's like, so I say, it's very interesting. You're watching this, I just don't see any. Hi, how are you? Can you go live? Jeez, let's talk about your lovely healings. I'd love to get a catch up on you on how your healings are going and your techniques and your whatever. But I don't know if you're allowed to go live now. Anyway, let me know, Angela, if you can go live. I know that it's their whole thing, but anyway, that would be an interesting subject. I'd love to get some insights on your healing techniques and your. Yeah, I know you have to have 1,000 followers. That was the last thing. And when you joined here, you had to have 1,000 followers to go live. So what I used to do is tell people to follow those. If somebody wanted to do a live, I used to tell people, you see. I used to tell people, go and follow them so we could do a live. So anybody's interested in crystal healing, a very interesting healing technology or healing technique. Here, what do you got your name under now? Shira Healing Arts. Follow Shira Healing Arts, because I really would like to do a live with her. I did I covered a short video on the lady that taught her and did a healing on her. This is a very interesting healing technology or healing technique. It goes back to Atlantis, you can see, because it's using crystals and aligning with the energetics, the grid. So this is not your normal healing technique, not a very common healing therapy. It's not like Reiki. It's very interesting. So now that you're back in full swing, I would really love to do a live with you. And, in more detail, people can see and share, what you do and how you do it. So people, go and follow her, please. This is something you would be very interested in hearing, never mind if someone wants to try these healings and know more about it. It's very, very good. Very interesting. And more where the future is going. So you've got your name now, Shira Healing Arts. Go and follow Shira Healing Arts. Name is Angela. And you're going to learn it's fascinating. I'd love for her to share her healing techniques, videos and things and how it's done. It's amazing because they're using the sacred geometry, the geometry of this. It's an energetic structure that you actually are, because there's no real person here or any physical anything here. So what they're actually seeing is the They're actually healing the actual geometry, the actual structure, energetic structure that composes of the so-called you, this body, mind, you. That's what this healing actually does, if they're aware of it or not. It's very, very interesting to see it being done. Wow. So yes, I would love, now you're back into that, I'd love to do that. But that's what I'm saying, this 1,000 follower thing. If you want to invite someone, co-host, let me see if I can add you, actually. Let's just try it out. Who knows? Let's see. Maybe we can add you as a guest. Quick invites. Invite. Okay, let's see. Let's just check it out anyway. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I don't know how you do this thing. Oh, yeah, we are. I'm adding you, right? Let's see if you can join my live. We're going to try it out. I've just sent you an invite, okay? Are you there? Hello? Hi!
Hi! I
Hey,
was so
man.
not prepared.
Hello, lovely lady. Oh, wow, this is
How-
some luck. Oh, I didn't know we could do that. How do I make you bigger?
Okay.
How do we change the screen thing? Because I've got this little picture of you at the bottom there and you can't bloody see you. How do you make this bigger? Okay, expand. Ah! Yay! I don't know if
Got it?
anyone, I've got you on full screen now.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone can see you on full screen. Let's have a look. Ah, damn. How do I put the volume up? Okay. Come on. I know that was unexpected.
It is. This is my first live, so I don't know what I'm doing. And I was chilling on the couch.
You're being you. That's it. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to, please, because no one knows, and very few people know about this healing technique, I must say. Because most people are using Reiki, energy healing. I've seen that kind of thing, but not to the extent that you are doing it. And that's why I say, when I saw that when you were doing your training at Lady, and I was like, wow, that's very much Atlantean type stuff. That's channeled. Yeah, that's pulled down. You can see that. So while you're here, please tell people what you actually do and give us a bit of a rundown.
So I can do in-person sessions, or I offer online sessions. And basically, let me go grab my crystal. Where do I have it? Okay.
Yes.
So I bring the energy body into the crystal. And from that, I can realign the chakras by preparing the person's energy first, by clearing any debris that I can find in their auric field. From there, then I align the chakras. Once the chakras are aligned, I can work within the energy field. And so I can expand the energy to find any inflammation, dis-ease, anything that the person would like to work on, either physically, emotionally, even we can align for past traumas that they've had in previous lifetimes or when they were younger. We notice that a lot of people carry childhood traumas within the legs. So from there, I would take another crystal, and this is the hip. This is down to the leg.
Amazing body.
Right. From there, take it into
all of it. Yeah, the history. Yeah.
And then even the tools that we use are pretty finite. And then the material, the minerals within the crystals and the shape of the crystals also can get rid of any dis-ease and really break up any nest that they have of like stagnant energy. So
Now,
pulling it out.
While you're doing this, I'm curious, because on the healing thing, you're tapping in. Are you seeing the energetic grid? Are you seeing actually as a geometric the lines? How are you seeing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So for me, I
Yeah.
will draw a grid. And so, I'm sorry, let me bring this up. So I can draw the grid. I can either bring it up and then I can make it down. So the lines the levels that I just created, I can also cut through them.
Mm.
And that's a 2D grid. And then I can expand that. And then I can also work within the line of the dis-ease. If I'm breaking up like this in my mind, I'm breaking up scar tissue. So we can either scrape it. I have
Using your
enough.
third eye. So you in your vision, inner vision, right? You seeing it as colors. How? Just talk me through what you're seeing. I'm curious from your
Okay.
side.
I
Mm-hmm.
know I kind of like took it really up quickly.
No. Curious because I mean I've seen the thing when she was working on you, and I could basically see it, but I didn't tap into it, yeah, because I wasn't trying. It was more curiosity, so I wasn't psychically tapping in to see what was going on. So talk me
Oh.
through what you are seeing here when you're doing it. Are you seeing colors? Are you seeing? Yeah. What are you seeing?
So sometimes I see colors, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just see the stagnant energy and it's just like a gray hairball is what I was seeing within the scar tissue that I had there. And
Yeah.
so let me get another tool that I can use because every single crystal has a different mineral property. And then those different mineral properties,
Mm. Well, it's aligned. The body is the same thing because it's made up of the same thing. It's just energetic. It's made up of the same elements. Let's say they're not real, but it's yeah. Okay, so in this realm, it correlates. Yeah. All right.
right. Sorry, I would have been set up. We need to
Yeah.
have a day where I am doing this. But anyways, so I would have my tool that has like a little J, a little hook, and I could just gently unthread the scar tissue because to me, now in my mind's eye, I said it was scar tissue. It's not, it's an anger hairball. So people also, carry around stagnant anger hairballs. It's a better visualization for people to understand.
Yeah.
And really picking away at the anger hairball and then just feeling it, and then deciding what is best to get rid of that anger hairball. So for the anger hairball, it needs one of my white light tools.
It's amazing how these. Wow.
I'm listening.
No, I'm just saying it's amazing. All these games that the mind, the soul, the source has dreamt and created. As I say, and it remembers all these. It's just amazing what it channels. It really is amazing. If you see that there's nothing, it's just amazing. This whole thing is mind blowing. Actually, if you realize, wow.
And then, gosh, I do not have my stuff right here. I apologize. So then also like scraping it, we can also infuse more energy into that little anger hairball to just release the strands and then combing it up with like a quartz cluster.
Oh, I love those.
And then this quartz cluster is also, it just clears away so much energy, but also apophyllite. You can just squeeze that in there, and then the white light kind of just makes it disperse.
You realize it's your consciousness working with you. I mean, it's just you imagining all this, you working with those, but it's the same thing. But it's just what I'm saying. It's amazing when you realize, it doesn't matter what tools you're using, whatever, you're imagining it's irrelevant. But it's freaking amazing because it is an energetic structure. Even the body's an energetic structure. So it is, like when I watched the lady working on you, as I was saying, and you could see that she's working on let's say, the energetic grids of the body. It's freaking amazing.
Amazing. Building chakras to where they are really strong, especially sacral chakras, solar plexus. That's where a lot of trauma, when you're younger, and if, you have a trauma that happens to you, your body really can't defend itself. And so you kind of go inward and
The
then
third density. That's the third
repeat.
density. That's the identification with the body, the misidentification with the body as the self. Exactly. A lot
Right.
of that.
And then
Yeah.
being able to talk through that while
Yeah.
you're working with the person, like they don't care what you're doing, but it is definitely impactful for where they can feel it immediately while you're working, and they can feel the release of this energy. And through their conscious mind, being able to verbally talk about it in a
Mm.
safe space is also healing on a different level for the client usually.
Yeah. It's okay. Someone comes in there. Do they like pre-talk to you, or do they come there with obviously something in mind or a problem, and then you lie down? Do you scan their? Are you scanning their whole sort of energetic print outline of this body mind structure?
I
Do
am.
you scan the whole thing? Yeah.
I do. And I don't like walking into a session really to know, well, it's sort of, I can send the person a form and then we can talk about it, but really not until I tap into the person when they're in front of me, I can better decide what this person needs to really work on to feel, the best value for the session, because they can think they need to work on one thing, but it's really something else that they're not aware of.
Yeah. 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 Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Ah. Now you're back in full swing. Are you working online then? Because you see, that's what people don't realize. You actually don't even need to be there, well, because there's no there anyway. So there's all
Right.
consciousness. There's no distance. It's an illusion of separation. So you don't
Exactly.
have this whole thing that you've got to be there. I suppose in a way, in their presence, their energy is more tangible as well. In a way, you can kind of feel it. You definitely, when you're moving around out and you in the presence of other bodies, and you can feel those energies and densities, and wow, it's like whew, you can
Yeah.
feel all that going on there. Yeah,
But I can do it remote where the
yeah,
person doesn't even necessarily need to be here.
exactly. Yeah,
I can just tap in and hold on to their energy. With their intent of making an appointment with writing an email, it's really
yeah.
easy to, connect to their signature.
Yeah, because you're focusing on that's what I was talking about the other day, funny enough, when doing this healing thing. Because in the beginning, you still believe there's a person here. Is a separate person in a body, and each one is there's a real person in a body. When you've seen it, there is no freaking person in anybody. There is no separate person that exists. Absolutely zero. So when you do that, when I had to do, well, not had to do, but it happened one day on I can't remember whatever, anyway, with a guru that I was following, attending satsang with this guru, and this guru was ill. Live paused, sorry. This guru was ill, and to do healing. Now, that's the first time, you see, when there's nobody there, when there's no one focusing anymore, the consciousness is not focusing on the body, then you will not find a person. So you can try and send healing to a guru, there's nobody there. You'll see, you'll feel nothing, there's no one, because there's no evidence, there's no presence of a separate thing. They're not projecting any separate person anymore. So to find a body, that was a very different goal. I had to purposely focus on the body to find a body to heal, to actually do the healing on the body. Because when you focus on that person, like say, most people think, "Hey, sending healing, say to you, I'm looking at you and I'm sending it." No, there's no you there. There never was. Seriously, it was the most fascinating thing when all of a sudden you're trying to send healing and there's nothing. There's just nothing. There's nothing to send healing to. You had to deliberately focus on the actual body, the physical body. So that's recently as well, did this with somebody else and had to focus. So, there's no one there. I now know there's no separate people at all. There's never been a separate person. There's no separate people that exist, actually. The only thing that people believe is it gives you that idea of a separate person is your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
That everything, mama, that this, that, all that blah in your mind, that is the mind itself. It's the body itself is the only thing that's, it's talking to itself. That's it. But there's nobody in it. It's incredible. So the soul is misidentified, or the self, with the actual narrative and blah 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 coming from the body. So that was a lesson recently learned here. It was very interesting. So here, if you do that and you focus on the body and not as though you're sending it to, say, Jane, because there's no this person is Jane, see, that's more effective. Mm-hmm. Because there are body minds here, but there's nobody in them. I'm not being funny about that. I'm very serious. It's fascinating, actually, when you see that. So see what happens then.
When I just focus on not the physical, but just the energy.
Yes, the body is the one that's holding all the stuff. The body body's been named, but there's nobody in it. Yeah,
right.
So focusing on the body is the one that's doing the clearing out. I don't know. Just curious to see.
So you want me to try?
Oh, well, go. I mean, if you want to. There's a suggestion. I'm just saying, when you do stuff, you can practice here if you want to, but see what you curious.
Okay. Okay, taking it from the body, not necessarily to the body. So I can read the person's energy by the feather. So the feather,
Lovely.
I won't tell you what kind of feather it is. It's a Native American feather. How about that?
Condor. Looks more like a condor or something, yeah.
Any other jaggedness, any dips, any crevices, and then it will also show itself on the feather on how, you see how it opened right there? Okay. All right. From there, I'm going to comb and see. Oh, hold on. I need to get my, I feel like I can't find any of my crystals I need right now. Here we go.
This is just fascinating. Okay. It's getting a really insight into this here.
Yes. And so as I'm combing through the energy field, it's like a broom, right? Sweeping through the energy field. And then this is my dustpan. Sucks up all the energy out of it. Okay.
I love it. Imagination's amazing, isn't it?
It is. Oh, can I get out of this? I don't know what I did to the, okay, I accidentally touched it.
Stones. I love the crystals. Oh my gosh. I have a cluster like that.
Do you? I found this in Arkansas. It's the largest quartz cluster deposit in the world. If anyone in the U.S. wants to go to Arkansas, that's where it's at.
Oh.
And then I tried to mine my own crystals, and my kids were complaining the whole time. Took the fun away from it. Okay, so much better.
Yeah.
So let me align these chakras. I don't know where my pendulum is right now. Oh, there it is.
I'm curious.
So
yeah.
To align the chakras, I could just align them myself, or I can use a pendulum because it's a lot easier. Yeah. So I just ask, okay, root chakra, please. Please read the root chakra. So let's go on side to side, right? All right, let's clear the chakra. All right, it's kind of wobbly. Make it more consistent, please. As we open. All right, I have a nice rounded chakra. Now I bring it all the way up through all layers of. All right. Let's feel
the energy contracting around the solar plexus.
Yep. And so that tells me, okay, well, that's where we're going to need to work.
That's
All right, root
the
chakra, please.
bottom story.
Right. And so the root chakra, you see how it's just shaking? It's right here. So it's stagnant. Can you please open the root chakra? All right. Slowly. We want all the chakras to just kind of move at the same consistency. All right. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And then we'll do the sacral chakra. I'll bring it up a little bit so you can see it. Okay. Please open the sacral chakra. I'm going to bring it down. There we go. It's better. Well, up, up, up. Yep. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the one we think it is the solar plexus. Yes, I don't know if you can see the solar plexus. Okay. Please open the solar plexus, please. Shh. And then it's just like, oh, and the floodgates open. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Then let's check out the heart chakra. Heart chakra again. This person was closed all the way up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it's a lot easier to open the chakras. Throat chakra, please. Throat chakra. I don't know if you could see that. Okay, please open. All right. Thank you. Third eye chakra. I don't know if we can bring it down to the third eye. Can you still see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Third eye. I'll bring it up here. Third eye. It's open. And then the crown chakra. Crown chakra, please. Open, open. More reluctantly. Okay. Now that all the chakras are aligned, I do one more just over the whole energetic body, just to make sure that it is welcome and it's settled. And then draw it all the way up. Do all 7 layers. And it's good. So from there, we have a few things to work on. I have a clear quartz. I have all these price tags on here. I have a clear quartz.
That's what I'm saying. Your technique involves crystals. It's everything is crystals as a maze. That's what I'm saying. He's using crystals, and I'm watching them working with the lines of the the sacred geometry.
From the foundation, the structural foundation, to really draw the energy into coherence. And so that's why I think it's more effective and it's sustainable. So
well, if we don't dig up, that's what I was saying the other day about this actually, because it was a little bit of a concern because everybody, when they wake up, exactly, are not realizing this, haven't seen there's no separation yet. So they're still seeing the stone as not them, as other than them. It's separate from them. It's not them themselves. So when you wake up, everyone's crystal and crystal gridding and crystals everywhere. So it started a frenzy of another like materialistic frenzy of now, instead of now it's diamonds, everyone's crystals, and it also pushes the price to the roof now because of demand. So everyone's trying to, oh my, this crystal is so amazing, that does this. And I mean, so now what we're doing is forgetting that they're not separate and the earth is not a separate being, the crystal. So we are going and plundering and mining and going and starting a gold digging frenzy of crystals without respect, you know what I mean? That they are living beings, the stones, they don't need to be above the ground. So in that aspect, yeah.
You can tap into that. Like
we got to, another thing as well. They say we got to watch that we don't, you say, yeah.
Right. And then there's also right now in the US, there's tariffs. And so our big crystal shows, like the one that we have in Arizona and Tucson, we had one in Colorado in September, and there was hardly anything there. A lot of people are bringing out their old stock that they've had for many years, and we just don't have the access to crystals as we did before during the big boom during the 2020. And so, you don't have to have these crystals to seek the benefit.
You don't need that many, put it that way. So as I'm saying, people,
Well, you don't need that many. I need them for my tools, but I'm just like personal collections.
Yes.
Really, if you find one really good one that you can resonate with, if you have a quartz crystal, they're very programmable. You can reprogram this for any need that you would like or any manifestation that you would like.
Because it's consciousness. That's what I'm saying. In that you can tap into the earth, to all the crystals in the earth. So that crystal can connect to every crystal on the planet. This is what people don't realize. There is no separation. There never has been any separation. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But that's what I found interesting about your technique when I watched this video on YouTube, when you did that thing a year or so ago. You need to share that again. That was fascinating. Or make a demo one like that, because when you were actually outlining, drawing out the energetic grid of the person's body, with the crystals, I thought, okay, there we are, because that requires the ability to be able to see the energy patterns in the first place, to do that, to be able to cut them. And I was, wow, that was, yeah.
Yes. So I was hoping that for Christmas, I've asked to get better equipment, since I really want to do this. And so, one, getting a tripod, and then being able to have front facing, but then also be able to show what I'm doing on my desk. And then also, when I do have in-person sessions, being able to demonstrate that.
Yeah.
So hopefully I will be able to do that soon.
I'm not tech savvy, so I can't say. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how many tripods you'd need to do that, or where you'd have to put the things, to be able to. I don't know.
But yeah. Usually I just have a friend do it.
Yeah.
But when I want to do it, it's not necessarily convenient for them.
Yeah, that's the thing. But you can get, maybe you can get someone to do it. So you've got yourself some demos out there. So I say, because it's not a very known, when I watched this, I thought, that's interesting. It isn't a very well-known technique that you're using. And it isn't a very common technique. I watched it. I thought it was really amazing. It's really interesting. I liked it. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it very much. I think it's going to be, and that is where the future is going, actually. It's quite amazing.
It is. And so really, I worked with myself about putting myself out there, because what I do for a professional life, my coworkers aren't very open to this sort of thing. So reintroducing myself and putting myself out there, I'm like, look, this is me.
Yeah.
Like me when I'm sheltered and small, but really, this is where the future is.
Oh, good on you. Okay. Are you doing it? You want to get more into this now, instead of not away from the mainstream kind of thing? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I actually am going to be starting an in-person. I'm going to be working with a friend, an Anahata Wellness Co-op in Coralville, Iowa, to see in-person clients on Wednesday evenings and then Sundays. Mm-hmm. And then I'll be doing online, I think Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that, in the evenings, until I get my clients up and the demand up. So then hopefully to replace my regular job.
When you're tapping in, are you seeing the story that created that's, because it's all a story. So I'm saying it's just stories that are unwinding, that created those energetic knots, or those dense, because that's what they are. It's thought form that they've hung on to. And oh my gosh, it's identified with all these, people think they're versions of you. It's not, it's just a version of a story or a thought. It's just energy, exactly. You're releasing all of this, releasing adventure. This is the biggest comfy blanket that the consciousness has a problem letting go of, as a body.
Right.
It feels very insecure without a form. So it attaches to the form is like the dummy or the comfy blanket, the body. It's a really, You can see, wait. That one is a bit like, it kind of wants to hang on to it. It's fascinating. But are you seeing like that blocks when you're going into them? Are you seeing it as energy? Are you seeing it as, just try and talk me through this. When you scan the body, so forth, so you're seeing the energetic grid, the energetic pattern, or you're seeing blocks, dense patches of energy? How do you perceive it?
Dense patches of energy. So like I can feel it if I'm making the grid to the area that I'm like, okay, I've already identified that there is a dense patch of energy there, right? And then I'm like, okay, I think I want to work on that. So I will take, there it is. I will take my wand and I will create the grid, and then I can feel, oh, there's something there. I'm like, okay, well then let me do another layer. And then same thing. I'm like, oh, this thing's really big. So then from there, and then I can say, okay, well, can I feel it when I'm going down and making the lines? And I'm like, oh, there was a little hump there. And then I can figure out how big that is. Right. And then in my mind's eye, then I expand upon that. And I'm like, okay, well, what does it look like? Like, what's the texture of this? And then so not really colors yet. Like it looks gray to me. It will look, and I'm like, oh, it looks like little squiggly dots or squiggly lines. And it's just a nest, a ball of energy, and just taking and then just slowly unraveling that, pulling it out. And then sometimes it just wants to go back because it's so old. So then taking my white light tool of pulling it out, but it's just like sand.
It's because if you're removing it without the consciousness realizing what it is, and that keeps repeating the story and attaches to it, you see, it's like, oh, my thing, or my drama, or my injury, or you see, this is what I'm saying, everything in the body. It's because awareness attached itself to the body as it was its injury, its hurt, its, thing. I know. It's fascinating. But at the moment, good thing that you're doing it, because so much, in order to get to the stage of, okay, letting go of the comfy blanket. Oh, I'm not even the bloody body, and I'm not even in the frickin' body. It has to get rid of all that stuff first, and this is what the majority of the planet's going to, is all that trauma and density has got to be released from the body, because it causes all these things, what they call karmic patterns, and that's what causes those contractions and that say everything it does this, it contracts, you see. It's fears, it's hurts, it's whatever, all that energy. So exactly, it's just so much shit stored in there. The body, mind. Well, the mind identifies, whatever.
So like I was saying, it's just like sand. Like, you put something in the sand and you cover it up, and then you want to go pull it out again. Well, then all of the sand collapses in the hole, right? So I also do this when I'm pulling cords. Like I imagine, I'm like, oh, I found a cord, and I pull it out, right? But if I pull it out, all the sand's going to go back into where it was. So then you still have, it's still going to attach. But if you put white light into the hole immediately after you pull it, well, the white light is holding that. So you don't learn from that. Like, you're not going to have to repeat whatever that trauma is. So a lot of it is trying to, okay, the person had the trauma. They learn from the trauma, or they don't want to repeat the trauma. So filling that up so they don't do it again.
Doesn't loop around. Yeah. Well, if it's been seen by the consciousness, if it has not identified, it's so many different layers, It's got to stop identify. It's got to let go. It's got to forgive. It's just all these different. But then it comes down to where you kind of going now is more to the last thing, where it's just all that kind of has got through now. But in the body itself is where this stuff. It's the body. It's actually stuff in the body. So even at the later stage, it's the body that's holding on. It's stuff that's held in the body it's getting to deeper level of working. So that's very useful. Psychic surgery or therapy, or crystal It is. Healing on a energetic,
Right.
yeah.
And but also my other
Working on
modality,
the,
I have another modality that I learned before this one. It was called Shiva Murti, and then I don't know, my teacher can't use that word anymore. So now I do a traditional Balinese healing, and it
yes,
is for disease that has already manifested within the body, clearing pain, clearing, the dis-ease, and to where people really feel so much better. It's immediate benefit.
yeah.
I was trained to be a part of this study that was done in California, one of the universities in Southern California, about energy healers and their effectiveness.
Uh-huh.
And so, unfortunately,